On the morning of September 16, 1922, a young girl was walking through a quiet field in New Brunswick, New Jersey. She was looking for wildflowers. Instead, she found two bodies lying side by side in the open, as if they had been placed there deliberately. A man and a woman, both shot in the head, and scattered across their bodies were hundreds of love letters. The man was Reverend Edward Hall, age 41, respected, married, the pastor of one of the most powerful churches in New Jersey. The woman was Eleanor Mills, age 34, a choir singer at his church, also married, mother of two children. They had been having a secret affair for years, and someone had found out. Police arrived within the hour. What they found disturbed even the most experienced officers. Eleanor's throat had been cut, her tongue removed from her body, as if someone wanted to silence her permanently. The love letters scattered around them had not blown there by accident. Someone had placed them there deliberately. This was not just a murder. This was a message. Reverend Hall's wife, Frances Hall, was immediately considered a suspect. She was wealthy, powerful, cold, and she had known about the affair. But when police questioned her, she sat completely still, emotionless, and said only 7 words. "I have nothing to hide from anyone." She was never arrested. The investigation quickly became chaos. Witnesses came forward with impossible stories. One woman, known only as the Pig Woman, claimed she had been riding her mule through the field that night. She said she saw 4 figures standing over the bodies in the darkness. She said she heard a woman scream, and then a single gunshot. But her story changed every single time she told it. 4 years passed. The case went cold. No arrests, no answers, no justice. Then, in 1926, a New York tabloid newspaper published a shocking claim. A former church employee said she had witnessed the murder. She named Frances Hall directly. Frances Hall and her 2 brothers were finally arrested. The trial became the biggest media event in American history, bigger than anything seen before. The trial lasted 3 weeks. Every newspaper in America covered it daily. The Pig Woman was brought into court on a stretcher. She was dying of cancer. She pointed her finger at Frances Hall and said, "She was there. I saw her. She killed them." Frances Hall looked back at her and did not blink. But the jury did not believe the Pig Woman. Her story had changed too many times. Frances Hall and her brothers were found not guilty. They walked out of that courtroom as free people. And Eleanor Mills and Reverend Hall's murders were never solved. Over 100 years have now passed. Eleanor Mills wanted to leave her husband for Reverend Hall. In one of her love letters, read aloud in court, she wrote, "I know there are girls with more shapely bodies, but I do not care what they have. I have the greatest of all blessings, a noble man's love." She died for that love. And the person who killed him walked free, and may have died free. This case remains officially unsolved. But there is one detail that investigators have never been able to explain. The love letters scattered across the bodies were not random. They had been carefully selected. Only the most intimate ones were left, the ones that would cause the most shame, the ones that would destroy reputations forever. Whoever killed Eleanor Mills and Reverend Hall knew exactly what they were doing. This was not a crime of passion. This was an execution, planned, cold, and perfect.